ViSalus! We've only just beginning. So at this point, we have the privilege to bring someone who started started up. He's a man I like very much. I've been with big leaders in my career of network marketing, but this guy, amazing me. His work ethic, his finesse, his vision, his knowledge of the fundamental of this business. Alors les amis, on a la chance d'amener quelqu'un sur le stage que vous aimez beaucoup, quelqu'un qui nous a aidé énormément au fil du temps pour arriver à ce qu'on est aujourd'hui. Alors je veux juste saluer les gens qui nous écoutent via Ustream à Montréal. Alors on a le privilège, we have the privilege to present that guy.
This guy we're going to bring up on stage is the first person that I let know about this. He's a guy that has revolutionized the Canadian market. We had the biggest launch in network marketing history in Canada, and he helped orchestrate the whole thing. This guy is going to come on stage tonight, teach you guys how to take your whole world to the next level. Take your whole life to the level that you dream about. The one you stay up late at night and think about, you know those things that you dream about and that you want? He's going to help you guys get it. This guy's a dear friend of mine. He was the first royal ambassador in the company, the first global ambassador in the company. He's going to help take you guys to the next level. Please listen up. Take out your notebooks. Take some awesome notes. Pay attention. Please help me welcome, guys. Get on your feet for this man, Mr. Jason O'Toole!
How you doing, ViSalus? Come on now. I don't know about you, but last I checked, I think ViSalus has a little bit more energy than that, don't we? I think we can make this place absolutely rock. Let me hear you, ViSalus! That's what I'm talking about! You guys feel that energy? This place is on fire! Love you guys, appreciate you guys. Let's have a seat. Let's kick this thing off. Wow, what a day. You guys having fun today? How many of you guys are having fun today? Say I am. We're gonna go through a little bit of a training here today. Is there anybody in the audience, just out of curiosity, let me ask a quick question. Let me poll you guys here for just a moment so I can sort of figure out what kind of training I'm going to do here today. I'm going to take this training, I can take it one way, I can take it the other way, and I want you guys to decide. Who's going to decide? Say I am. Is there anybody here in the audience that's interested in maybe qualifying for their regional director position, qualifying for that BMW level this month? Just checking, okay. If I could lay out a game plan for you, show you exactly how we can do this together, and I mean step by step, detail. Step 1, step 2. Would you execute that game plan if I was to lay that out for you right here, right now, to run to reach regional director this month? I don't know about that. You guys are gonna, let me ask you one more time. If I could give you the exact blueprint, the exact game plan on how our team, how I've helped break in our organization 5,444 BMWs over the past 2 years, would you execute that game plan? Well, let's do that then. Let's do that. You know, Nick and Ryan and Blake, they asked me, they said, you know, Jay, we've got the official number, just checked before we walked up here, is in the team, we've got 5,444 people who have maintained and hit that position of regional director within our company, within our team, sorry. They wanted me to put together a game plan on how we could get out there and literally just totally obliviate, totally dominate this month in the race to regional director. And I said, you know what, we could absolutely do that. And they asked me what the contributing factor was to being able to run so quickly. You know, we've been in this business now for, we've been promoting ViSalus for the last almost 3 years. And we've broken that many BMWs. We've had growth that has just been absolutely ridiculous, breaking 25 million a month in organizational volume. And we contributed the one factor in that growth, in looking at the ups, looking at the downs, looking at the groups that were running, looking at the groups that were running and spiking really high 1 month after the next, the one contributing factor. You guys want to know what that was? Regional directors. Run into regional directors. Rising Star is the foundation. What's the foundation? Everything revolves around Rising Star. What does it revolve around? Rising Star. It revolves around Rising Star. However, regional director had that little bit of stickability. It had that real gas power, that real vroom vroom, if you would, that would make it go like this, but then make it spike like that. Does that make sense to you guys? Regional director was the gas that made things go extremely fast. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, on how to be able to break regional directors literally this month. Is this slide in the middle? I don't know which one you guys are seeing and which ones I'm seeing. Ah, okay, I figured it out. You guys have been hearing a lot about this, have you not? M2B this, M2B that, March to $1 billion. Nick referenced it a lot yesterday. You guys excited about being the first company to be able to do that just a little bit? Is that a good milestone? Not goal, it's a milestone. It's a good milestone. Nick referenced and talked a lot about that. You know, the $1 billion challenge in sales, hitting that by next national success training. Then after that, hitting $1 billion run rate, which is $86 million a month. From there, doing that in 1 year. And where do we go from there? $1 billion a month. Do you guys believe that we can do that as a company? You know, Nick talked a little bit about that, and what that means, it's not about the number. Numbers are just a way to be able to keep score. They don't mean anything. What the numbers represent is the best word. What the numbers represent is the number of families that are being affected from that number. The amount of people that have qualified for the regional director position. The amount of families that are now able to stay at home and work and spend more time with their family. That's what that number represents. But I've got a better idea. March to $1 billion. People excited about that? Say, I am. I believe before we can do any of that, everyone say, Jay, what do you believe? Say, Jay, what do you believe? What I believe is that none of that matters until we first march to your BMW. Who's ready to march to your BMW? Let me hear some excitement if you're ready to march to your BMW. This is where it all starts. It all starts with marching to your BMW. We can't go any further until we first get you there. How many of you guys are ready to march to your BMW? Say it one more time for me. Say, I am. We're going to get that done. Here's the contributing factor that I've found for everybody that's run to a BMW.
You gonna run to yours?
Here's the contributing factor that I found is that, you know, the keys to success. I hear this all the time. Jay, what's the keys to success? What is the guiding philosophy that's going to be able to help you guys move to that position of regional director? In my opinion, the guiding philosophies of success. You know, what creates, you know, all the hitting the levels? What creates breaking more rising stars? What contributes to hitting a BMW and getting that $25,000 check? What contributes to someone who is extremely successful versus somebody who is just on their way? Success is nothing more than being able to find a way to serve others. That's success. If you can find a way to serve others, then you will ultimately become successful. Asking for something yourself does not matter. It's all about how can I serve others. And if you can serve many, then you can get anything and obtain everything and have all the success that you want in your lives. Would you guys agree with me on that? Running to regional director, what does it really mean? How can you serve and how can you help? How many people hit rising star? How can you serve and how can you help 6 people hit what? 6 people hit what? 6 people hit rising star. That's it. Racing to regional director is simply helping 6 people become a rising star. And the most beautiful thing I love about this position, what I know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is that each and every one of you guys can do it. Every single one of you can do it. Every single one of you has the capability, you know the people, you have the tools, you have the skill sets, you have the communication, you've got everything in order to be able to achieve this. Would you agree with me on that? Some of you do, some of you don't. What I've found is that it all comes down to belief. It all comes down to belief. What did Henry Ford say? Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Success is founded on serving others. However, it has 3 guiding principles, in my opinion. In order to be able to achieve something, you first got to be able to imagine that it's possible. You've first got to be able to imagine it. Have you ever thought of what it's like to drive a BMW? I mean, come on, I don't mean just drive a BMW. I mean roll this mother right up to your friend's house that told you this wouldn't work and park the whole thing right on the lawn and just do this. Have you imagined that? Have you ever imagined pulling into a driveway this way and pulling out with the nose by spinning the car around in your friend's lawn? Been there, done that. Told ya. You see, imagination is more important than knowledge itself. I believe it was Einstein that said that. You've got to be able to imagine what it would be like having an extra $1,500, an extra $2,000, an extra $3,000 coming in every month. What would you do with that money? An extra $3,000 a month. What would you do with that money? Here's what I want you to do right now. Let's imagine that you had that BMW. I want you to turn to your neighbor right now and I want you to tell him the funniest thing or the most exciting thing that you would do with that car within the first week of having it. Whether it's taken for a family vacation, going for a joyride, spinning up the friend's front lawn who said you couldn't do it. Turn to your neighbor and tell him what the most fun thing would be that you would do with that car within the first 7 days. The most fun.
I knew she was going to say that.